Hi students, in this session we are going to discuss the first chapter of geography of class 8, that is representation of geographical features. Children, you know that different features are there like mountain, plains, plateaus, etc. There are also number of man-made features. You can find that settlements are there, roads are there, lakes are there, so like that. So all these features are represented on map. But you see, all these cannot be. See, if you want to go through the minute details of a particular place, you cannot use all kind of maps, like physical maps are there, political maps are there, thematic maps are there. You have studied all that in class 6. All those maps we cannot make use for studying the details of a small area. For that we need to use topographical map. Going through the lesson, you understand that what is topographical map and how is it useful and which are the purpose we mainly use this topographical map, and how we do the reading of topographical map. That means looking at the topographical map, how we realize the important features, both physical and the man-made features in topographical map. Topographical map is also known as survey map and also contour map. So we will go through in detail about this topic. Yes children, let us begin the lesson, representation of geographical features. Children, you can see that what is that? A map means, topographical map means it is the representation of both natural and man-made features. You see from the first paragraph what is here. You see, the topographical map present all the important features of the earth. Which are the features? Like physical features. Which are the physical features? Like rivers, mountains, lakes, etc. Then cultural features. Here cultural features means man-made features. Which are the man-made features? Like buildings, roads, railways, etc. So both the features, both the cultural and physical feature, that means both the natural and man-made features can be found in the topographical map. Why? Because these both the features, they influence, these natural features, they influence a lot the human life. So that is why it is necessary for us to study about the physical features and also man-made features. Thus, the study of topo sheet provides us a very convenient means of assessing the interrelationship that exists between man and his environment. So, learning of topographical map is very important. Why? Because we should know the interrelationship between both the physical and the man-made features on the earth. Now, you see how these survey maps are made, or topographical maps are made. Then the people, the cartographers, the person who make the map, he has to go for detailed study of the landscape and the physical features. Then he has to go for the accurate measurement of all the units. Then only he can make a topographical map. Now, in which year this topographical map came into existence? We started doing this topographical map, you see children, here in the year 1767. It was the British people who first time made the topographical map of India. Why? Because they were in need of carrying out administrative activities in our country. So they established the topographical. So they first time started making the topographical map of India. So for that they established the Survey of India. Okay, established in the 1767, and they completed the survey of the entire landscape of India in different phases. Okay, so the topographical maps are the presentation of cultural over the physical landscape. Okay, so that in the study or interpretation of topographical map. Interpretation means what? We are doing the reading of map, looking at the different symbols, signs, color, etc. We are able to understand the meaning of that topography. We are able to read the topographical map. That is what here meant by interpretation of or study of topographical maps. This can be made after observing the details of the map. How do we read this topographical map? Let's see that with the help of a topographical map we can understand how can we do the reading of this topographical map. Children, in daily life we use different type of maps. You can see a political map here. You know the purpose of political map. In order to know the boundary of the states, districts, in order to know the cities and their location, we use the political map. Now physical map, you see important like mountains, rivers, plains, plateau. All these physical features could be seen from the physical map. You see this is a thematic map. How it is based on a particular theme. Here only mentioning about rivers and lakes. You find only rivers and lakes in this. So like that there are a number of other thematic like based on national park or only wildlife or rainfall. So such kind of maps are called thematic maps. Okay. Now you see children, this is a cadastral map. Cadastral map, you know, mainly used for the land survey and all, especially for the documents. Suppose you all have got your own property. Okay. So for that property, that your land, it has got a map and documents, and with that document there is a map given of your land. This is called cadastral map. Now what is topographical map? You see this is the topographical map. You see this is more clear. You can see here the topographical map. So these topographical maps represents small area. They represents the small areas and they are large scale. These are the large scale maps. Okay, topographical maps are large scale map. Understood? Why large scale map? Because for representing small areas we have to use large scale. Then only we can make out all the minute details, even the small details, with the help of that map. Now for larger area we have to go for what type of map? For large area we have to go for what is that? Small scale map. How? For example, you see for making the map of world, for making the map of Asian continent, large area. So there we need to go for small scale, because such a larger area you have to depict on a small piece of paper. But for a smaller area, since it is a smaller area, you can go for a large scale. Then only you can go in more details of that smaller area. So mainly, its topographical maps are of large scale maps. And how do we identify different features on this topographical map with the help? You see how this map reading is done. You see here, children, you can see if you observe. In your textbook also one topographical map is given. If you have doubt you can look into that also. You see here, suppose in the middle of this is a river, you know. You can see a very thin blue line. Okay, you know that during the summer season the river dry up, so that river bed is exposed. You can see the dry river bed here. Okay, in the middle you can see a blue line running. That is a water channel. You see that summer season in the middle of the river you see the presence of a water channel, isn't it? So it is a perennial water channel which is running through the middle of the river. Okay, now you can observe one more feature here. You see what is this one feature is found here, you know. This is an island in the river. It is an island in the river. Now you see some black curved lines here. You see these are the black curved lines. You see, you observe very clearly here all these region, black curved lines. Number of places you can find black curved line. What is this? This is called broken ground. This is called broken ground. How this broken ground is formed, you know? Because during the rainy season, these rivers is overflowing, so that flood occur. So both the banks of the river is flooded. Now summer season, what happens? Due to the extreme heat, what happened? This land is dry up, and later on there appears some crack. Okay, so that kind of crack is shown in the form of a black curved line in the survey map. So whenever you find this black curved line, you understand they are the broken ground. Clear? Then let's see which are the other features. Like you see, if you very clearly observe, you know, you can see some blue spots. Number of blue spot. Here it is not that visible. If you see the textbook, someone survey map is given, in that you can observe blue spot. These are the perennial wells. Okay, so these perennial wells, they have got water throughout the year. Clear? Now there are some brown colored features in this. If you observe very clearly, you can see brown colored features. Like you see, these are the brown colored features. Yes, in your textbook also you see there are brown colored features. These are all the sand dunes. These are called sand dunes. Clear? Sand dunes means, desert region, there forms sand hills. So they are called sand dunes. Then you can see the brown colored line. You see this brown color line. What is it? These are the dry streams, because you see these are the region mainly. This topographical map is of region of Rajasthan. Almost it is a desert region. Okay, so there you find rainy season there appear streams, after that they dry up. So these are the dry streams. Clear? And then what else? You can also see one railway line here. You see the railway line here. So means of communication is also there. You see from this you can also understand the railway line. And then you can also see the roads, means like what type of road. You see one metal road you can see in this. One bold red line is there. Can you observe that? Bold red line you see. Here you see bold red line. This is a metal road. Okay. Now what is a cart track? There is a thin red lines are there. Thin red line. These are the thin red line. Number of thin red line. These are the cart track. Cart track means where what is that? The roads in which only bullock carts and all passes through. In village you see the kacha road, unmetalled road. That is called cart track. So whenever observing these kind of symbols, color, and then you see here yellow colored patches you can see all over the map. You can see the yellow color. Okay, this yellow color indicates what? Everywhere yellow color indicates what? This is a cultivable land. Cultivable land. Now you can also see some white patches also here in between. In this map it may not be that clear. Yes, I'll show you in this. You see here, it may be clear from this. Yes, you see cultivable land, yellow color cultivable land, and some white patches are also can be observed in this. Okay, this what is meant by this white patches here? You see this white patches means, whenever you see white patches means they are not suitable for cultivation. This land is not suitable for cultivation. Then you see this green color all over the map. This is a forest region. This is a forest region. Clear? Now how you understand the settlements from this? You see settlements are there. You see here some red squares are there. Red color all these. This is a very big settlement. Which settlement do you know? This is the settlement of Abu. Yes, I will zoom it and show you. Yes, this is the Abu settlement. And near the Abu settlement you see, you can see one reservoir also. What is the name of that reservoir? Nakitalav. Where is that? I will show you Nakitalav. Here it is written Nakitalav. So it is a reservoir which provide water to this great settlement. Then you can also see the pipelines here. Yes, I will show you pipeline. Yes, here. Okay, one pipeline is there. It is written there pipeline. Clear? Yes, this is pipeline. So that means through the pipeline it is water is supplied. Now telegraph line also is shown very clearly in this, you see. Yes, now let's see from this page topography. That means landscape. Topographical features means features of the landscape. Now which are that? Physical features and cultural features. Here what do you mean by cultural features? Meaning of the term cultural feature is that man-made features. Now let's see this physical features. You know that they are the relief features. Now what all comes under the relief features? You see, under the relief features there comes, you see, plain, plateaus, hills, mountain. These are all the relief features. Then drainage and its type, different rivers, streams, these all comes under the drainage. Then vegetation also, or forest region and all. These are all the physical features. These all comes under the physical features. Now let's see cultural features means man-made features. The features which are made by the human activities. how population through settlement. You see, number of settlements are there. No, there are villages, towns, cities. All these are the population through settlement. Which are the type of settlements? You know that rural area means village area is there. Then urban area means both. What is this? City. Then big cities are there like town, city, metropolis, and city. Then in rural area itself there are different settlements like consolidated or compact settlement. Compact settlements, you will find the settlements very close by. They found in a cluster. Okay, Chandrapura, it's near the power plant. You can find a nucleated settlement. All the buildings are around this power plant. But if you go to travel little long distance, on the way to Bokaro, you will not find any houses. Far apart, one or two houses. Understood? So such kind of buildings are called scattered or dispersed. There the houses or buildings are located far apart. These all find in the rural area, village areas like. So these are all the different type of settlements we discuss. Then you see, you can also find the means of transport like roadways, railways, waterways, airways. So all these things could be made out from the topographical map. Understood? So these are all the cultural features or man-made features which are found in the topography. Then communication, which are that for the communication, telephone line, electric line, then oil or pipeline, all these. Yes. Now. Yes, next is that, what is that? Okay, we are not agriculture and many things. Occupation, type of occupation also could be made out. That I told you, yellow patches, looking at that only we understand that cultivation. And if metal road and railway is there, easily you can make out the occupation as trade. In this way, occupation also could be made out. So these are all the important features we find in the topographical map. Understood? So the next, let's go into the discussion or explanation of this map is that. So this is also known as Ordinance Survey Map. Actually, it is a British people first time brought it, and they call it Ordinance Survey Map. In the beginning, it came to be known as. Now, who prepare it? Department of Survey of India under the Ministry of Science and Technology is responsible for preparing topographical map. Then these maps are found in 3 series. There are 3 series of topographical map. That means the scale is adopted for topographical map. What is the scale actually? Scale is the ratio between, the map distance and the ground distance. Clear? Now, which is the map distance here? You see 1, whatever is given here 1 can be considered as map distance, and 250,000 is considered as ground distance. Suppose the real distance of a ground is 25,000 example. Sometimes in the map it will show only 1 inch or 1 centimeter. Understood? So map distance and ground. I hope that you understood. So these are the 3 series of maps. Mainly these are the 3 main scales adopted for the making topographical map. And next is that, moving to the next paragraph, we discuss that yes, topographical map shows land surface as well as the location of streams, lakes. You can find from here this one, location, streams, lake, road, cities and features. The shape of the ground, features are all shown by the contour line. Now you see, contour line is one of the important feature you can find in the topographical map. Children, if you let us go for seeing a topographical a map, let's see that. Let's look into this topographical map. It's not so clear, but still looking, color is very visible here. You see this some brown colored line. If you observe very clearly, you see I am zooming it. Okay, you see some brown colored line which are visible here. Observe here, you see number of brown colored line. You see, understood? You observe very clearly in your that map is which is there in your textbook. It is not there. These are all brown colored line. Okay, they are forming a different pattern. They form a different pattern. These brown colored lines are called contour lines. These are called contour lines. Now don't get confused with the black color line and brown color line. Children, earlier I told you dry stream. Dry stream is not in brown color. It is, these dry streams are all found in black color. Okay, but contour lines are found in brown color. Understood? So this is not a contour line. That is a black stream. Okay, that is, so these brown colored lines, so wherever you find very small line, these are all the contour lines. Okay, now what is the use of this contour line? You understand, observing this contour line, you understand the shape of the landscape, whether it is a mountain, whether it is a plateau, whether it is a hill, whether the slope of the land also you can make out. How the slope of the land you can make out? Let's see whether we can make out from this map or not. You see, some places these contours are spaced very close by, and some places they are spaced far apart. Okay, you can see here in this area, here you see some gap is there between contour. Here you see some gap, contours are spaced far apart. Okay, at the same time some places you find contours, you see here contours are there but very close by. Okay, so whenever contours are spaced like this far apart, the slope is gentle slope. So whenever the contours are spaced very close by, we can call it as the slope is steep slope. Understood? So this is how we make use of contour lines in the survey map. The contour lines help us to know the shape and size of the relief features, especially mountains, plains, plateau, etc. And also we understand the slopes, what type of slope of the land it is, steep slope or gentle slope. Okay, what you know that what is steep slope and gentle slope. Okay, and so this is how we use the contour line. Now moving on to the chapter, let's continue. Now here we underline the points what we discussed just now. What is that? Yes, by noting the relative spacing between the contour lines, one can tell whether the slopes are steep or gentle. Clear? Okay, now we move to the next page. Yes, this is, you see, this is a topo sheet. Okay, how the topo sheet is made. Looking at this, you understand the secret behind the making of topo sheet. Like you see, now the different numbering you can find here. If you observe clearly, you find number of numbering, like you see, you see 53, 62, 71, 72 numbering. Okay, so this numbering is given in for India and its adjacent countries. Suppose for example we only focus on this 45, this particular grid. Okay, so the topo sheet is means the vertical and the horizontal lines or latitudes and longitudes divide the area into several blocks. Now you see the block 45, even this particular block is also divided. Okay, number of division, so there is no exact 16 divisions are there. You can see from that this given in the textbook. You see here you see 45, this you see 45, this is the 45 marked here just now. So in this 45 you see A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like all together you find 16 division. Okay, again this 45A, that means we are going in more detail. As much you go means like 45, then from 45A again 45 is divided into 16, again then that 45A if I go, then 45A also is divided into 16. Understood? So this 16 division of this this system is called million scale. They adopt which scale? Million scale. Because these are all larger area. So for that, instead of going for 50,000 kilometer or 250,000 kilometer, they go for adopting the million scale. Understood? So this is all about yes, this particular topic. Yes, let's continue now. So topographical maps on a large and medium scale show natural and artificial ground features. This only we discussed, both man-made and natural features. Now you find mainly three series of maps. Which are the three series of maps? They adopt three series of scales, like 1:25,000, 1:50,000 and 1:250,000 series. These are the three type of topographical map which adopt the three different series of scales. Again, what is that? This started about 240 years ago in 1767. That you know that during the British period only the system of making topographical map is started in India. Then these are what we see, that the topographical map we have made of in adjacent country of India. IAC. What is the full form? India and adjacent country. When we discuss about India and adjacent country, you know what is the IAC series extended up to which other region? Afghanistan, Tibet and China. Okay, Afghanistan, maximum Afghanistan up to there in the west, Tibet there in the north and China in the east. Then also in the southern part also it is extended. So IAC. And then yes, the next one is that abbreviation we have to go for International Million Map. What is that? IMW. For larger area, you know that first we have to adopt the scale of million. Okay, that is for International Million Series. And CI, otherwise instead of International Million Series map, world map, International Million Map of World, sometimes people use CIM. What is a CIM? That is equivalent to same map only. What is this? Carte International du Monde. Clear? So you have to learn these abbreviations. And then sheets are 4-degree longitude in size and cover the entire country. Now what do you mean by sheets are 4-degree longitude? That I'll show you. Like children, you know that there are number of latitudes and longitude. You see, these are all the vertical lines are longitude. Okay. Now here it is 4-degree, here it is 4-degree, here it is. What do you mean by that? Here that means there are in between how many? Here it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Together you see. Understood? So 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree and finally 4 degree like. Understood? So that means 1 degree, this is 1 degree and this is another degree longitude, then third one and this is a fourth one. Okay, again 1, 2, 3 and 4 like. Understood? So this everywhere. So whenever it is 4 degree, it makes 1 minute. 4 degree is equal to 1 minute. So accordingly 15 degree is equal to what? That means 15 degree is equal to 60 minutes. The 60 minutes makes 1 hour. This is how calculation goes. Anyway, it is for your understanding. I said this, there you have nothing to do with learning. You always understand is that the basic thing you have to understand is that what is that? 4 degree stands for 1 minute. So that 15 degree means 1 hour. Understood? So that number of latitudes, longitudes are there. Suppose you see, so 4 degree, it goes like this. Okay, so as you pass from, suppose you are moving from this longitude to this longitude, you finish 1 minute. Again from here to here, another 1 minute. Then from here to here, another 1 minute. So whenever you cover 15 longitude, understood? 15 longitude means you cover 1 hour like. Understood? So this is all about longitude. So now let us see this with this map. Where is the map given here? You see. Now from this it is very clear how this 4 degree is adopted here. You see, this line is of 4 degree and again this line is of 4 degree, and this is a line is of 4 degree. Understood? This is what. So here you see here 4 degree. This is a 4 degree when we adopt. We call it as million sheet. This is a million sheet. Okay. So accordingly, when we adopt this 4 degree longitude, what is that? There is a division of 16 division. Okay. So this 16 division map is called, I told you how this map is divided 16, like again 4 degree are there. Again within this, inside the 4 degree also there are division. That division is only shown. It is divided into 16, like. Okay. So this degree, 4 degree map is called million scale. 4 degree map is always made in million scale. Again the subdivision of 4 degree map. What is the subdivision of 4 degree map? 45A is there, 45E is there, 45I is there, 45M is there. These are all the subdivision of this million map. So when you go for subdivision of million map, there you need to go for small scale. Understood? Larger area, as much area become larger, not larger, smaller area. Okay. So as much. So you see, instead of million scale, here you go for, what is that, 50,000 scale. Understood? Again, if there is a subdivision, 45A2, 45A3, 45A4, so like that, whenever you go for subdivision, then you will adopt the scale of, you can adopt the scale of 25,000. Instead of 50,000, you can go for 25,000. So this is how we make the topographical map. I hope that it is very clear. You don't have to bother much about this kind of more detailed questions will not be asked. I have explained it only for your understanding.